Muhammad was born in the city of Mecca in the year 570 AD into a curious tribe that ruled the area heavily at the time. Muhammad's father died when he was young on a trading trip. Nurses were the primary caretakers for children, so Muhammad's mother was relatively non-existent for 2 years of his life after his father's death.
Halima, his nurse, reported to his mother about Muhammad's frequent temper tantrums and how she feared he was possessed. At the age of 5, Muhammad's mother took him back in as he was having epileptic seizures and Halima could not handle him any longer.
He then spent the remainder of his childhood accompanying his uncle on his mercantile trips to various cities and tending to sheep and goats in the valley of Mecca. When speaking of his childhood, Muhammad would say, "Even such as I used to gather, feeding the flocks in the valley of Mecca, and truly no prophet hath been raised up, but first he hath done the work of a shepherd." He met his wife Khadijah at the age of 25 on a mission to Syria. Together they had 6 children. Muhammad then found himself at the age of 40, confused and disturbed by the moral debasement of the people of Mecca. He began meditating in caves around Mecca in the hopes of finding it. The true miracle of it all was Muhammad's supposed illiteracy.
While his mother was returning from a trip from Yathrib, the same place his father had died. His mother died, leaving him in the care of his grandfather, who died 2 years later. Now at the age of 12, Muhammad's uncle was raising him.
He continued to meditate in a cave outside Mecca, and though he had no scribes on this trip, it is thought that he composed the chapters of the Quran. Muslims too questioned the illiteracy of Muhammad based upon the supposed signed documents of peace treaties. However, it is now argued that he had out-of-body experiences, dreams, trances, visions, etc. Iconoclasm is the destruction of religious images and images associated with idolatry. The first act of iconoclasm in Islam was in the year 630 AD when Muslim statues in Mecca were destroyed.
Muslim kings decided that showing the Prophet Muhammad was disrespectful and that people were beginning to worship the images instead of God himself.
Though some argued against iconoclasm, saying the images were just a tool to help illiterates practice the faith, it became illegal to depict Muhammad's face.
Soon after, it became illegal to show Muhammad entirely at all, in pictures, statues, and other forms of art.
Finally, it became that depictions of anything God created was illegal, including people, animals, plants, etc., and that is how it remains today.